Blue Jean is Georgia Oakley's BAFTA-nominated debut feature in cinemas now. It tells the story of title character Jean, a PE teacher in late 1980s Newcastle. Jean is a closeted lesbian who has found a healthy work-life balance of enjoying her job during the day, then socialising in the underground gay scene by night. That is until a new student arrives and threatens to tear the walls down. There used to be a segment on Conan O'Brien's old late night talk show called Remember This, where Andy Richter would list off basic things from the past and then yell the segment tagline in response. And that's how the early part of this movie felt to me. From watching Blind Date to listening to classified football scores on the radio to hearing reports of Margaret Thatcher to co-workers discussing this new diet fad, Slim Fast. The movie shouts at you from early on that it is set in the 1980s and very much wants you to know. Instead of giving one or two context clues, then allowing us to figure out the rest for ourselves, it relies on heavy exposition dumps via regular radio reports about new anti-promotion of homosexuality laws enacted by Thatcher's government and the resistance against that. Characters also speak to each other in very grand, sweeping banalities. The lesbian characters, for example, pulling Jean in one direction are quite literally telling her to be loud and proud for who she is and set an example for her students. The homophobic bigots in her life are saying the opposite. There's also very little that actually happens too. Throughout the movie, there are constant attempts to create a sense of tension and dread, like Jean's secret may be exposed at work, but we've no idea what that the stakes involved may look like because one, nothing's actually happened to lead to this threat until inevitably something does, and two, beyond a few careless, insensitive comments from co-workers, we've no idea what would actually happen if the secret were to unfurl beyond Jean saying that her job would be at risk on a couple of occasions. It's that lack of natural flow and the inability to get hooked into the stakes properly, that insecurity in setting a scene then just allowing a story to unfold, that holds Blue Jean back from being a great movie for me. Which is a shame because it does have a lot of positive qualities, and the idea that forms the movie's backbone offers a lot of potential for a fresh take on the struggles of being gay during a period that wasn't accepted. Rosie McEwen does what she can with the title character and adds a lot of credibility in a very grounded, natural, understated, but effective performance. Relative acting newcomers Lucy Halliday and Lydia Page are also powerful, playing students and reflecting the contrast the younger generation faces growing up within the same period. I just struggled to fully immerse myself in the story and characters at times because the movie felt the need to spell everything out so loudly that it made the story feel more like a message than a realistic portrayal. Maybe part of that was Oakley's intent, to bring people who lived through similar struggles to Jean back to the period and make their stories feel seen. And that is admirable, and I'm sure she succeeded in doing so for those people. But another way that you can make people feel seen while also enlightening others is to just tell a story really effectively. This is getting excellent reviews, so there's a possibility that it was just me. And for the record, I don't feel that this was a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's fine with some high highs. It's just forgettable, whereas it had the opportunity to potentially have been unforgettable.